Welcome to First Wing, a Fourth Wing podcast.
I'm Brianna, and this is the start of my Fourth Wing journey.
And I'm Kendra, an experienced dragon rider here to help this first year. Just a quick note, this book contains explicit content, including swearing, sex, violence, and death. And so will this podcast. These chapters definitely have death in them.
Yeah, a good bit.
Yeah. Today we are discussing chapters 19 and 20.
Last episode ended on a crazy cliffhanger where she was about to get killed by these people, and then time freezes just as Zayden bursts in, and then it just ends.
Yes. Oh my gosh. And I couldn't say anything because you had thoughts.
Yeah, yes. I had a lot of thoughts.
And which now get answered pretty well, I think, in these chapters.
Yeah, basically one of my main things was, how can this power that is so powerful be dampened to a level that it's not just this solves all of her problems forever?
Yeah.
And that is definitely answered in these chapters.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, cool. So let's start with chapter 19. So we have this beginning blurb where it says, in response to the Great War, dragons claimed the western lands and griffins the central ones, abandoning the barons and the memory of General Daramor, who nearly destroyed the continent with his army. Is this our first mention of General Daramor? Daramor? Yeah. So he's obviously the bad guy in this scenario, right?
Yeah, because he almost destroyed the continent.
Exactly. Our allies sailed home, and we began a period of peace and prosperity as the provinces of Navarre united for the first time behind the safety of our wards under the protection of the first bonded riders.
Right.
This is from Colonel Louis Markham, who's the one who's in charge of the scribe quadrant. It's an interesting blurb to put in the beginning here because I don't know if it has anything to do with this chapter. But it does say something that I don't know if you you mentioned something maybe about the united or the unification or something. So I don't know if that helps you here because it says it's where the provinces of Navarre united for the first time.
That would be the unification.
Yeah.
I don't even remember saying that, but I believe you.
Well, either that or I dreamt it because I actually have been having fourth wing dreams. So anything's possible.
Yeah, that's funny.
Anyways, okay, good. So that's the beginning. We ended with everybody frozen in place, and Violet literally thinks, what the hell?
Yeah.
And, she mentions it's not like they froze. It's literally, they're alive. They're warm. They're breathing. But they've stopped.
Well, they're not breathing.
Well, okay, fine. They're warm.
Nothing's cold.
Yeah, and they're not even it's not like their air is being choked out of them. They just stopped.
Yeah.
Time literally stopped.
The clock stopped.
The clock stopped.
Time has literally stopped.
Except for her.
Yes.
Right. So anyways, Andarna yells out here, quick, I can't hold it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what did you, so that was your first sign of something. What did you think there?
So this didn't give me an indication that this power was any different than Sawyer's or anyone else's, because we don't know how it works in their head. So I didn't know.
Oh, okay,
I didn't have any signs.
Okay.
Until it was explained that it was any different.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. Maybe there were signs that I should have noticed, but it just, to me, I was like, okay, I don't know. It's they do talk about it not being under their control for a bit. It's something you have to learn to control. So it kind of made sense to me that Andarna seemed to have the control here.
Right.
The only thing that this did make me think, when she said, I can't hold it, is okay, here we're already getting a little bit of how limited it is. Because it's only been a few seconds, and she's already I can't hold it.
Yeah,
so
true.
That was one of my questions, how long can she freeze time for? How long can you, I was wondering if, maybe you can do it, but then you won't be able to use it again for, a day, or, 2 days, or an hour, is there a recharge time? These were questions I had, but this was okay, it's short. You have seconds, basically.
Can you imagine just having this power, though, and not having all that limited? You're just oh my gosh, everyone's so annoying. You just, pause time, you go, take a bath, read a good book, I don't know. Have a glass of wine, come back, restart.
You could not have any excuses for anything. That's the one thing. If people knew, you could never have any excuses for anything, because you could always be well rested.
It would actually ruin pretty much every story, because it would just be and then everything was handled.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah, that is true. It definitely has to have limits.
Yeah.
Definitely.
It's funny. And then she goes into the only open space in her room, but it sounds like it's right in front of the door, right?
Yes.
Because this is what she says. She says, my path to the now open door isn't clear. And I love this paragraph. It says, Xaden fills the doorway like some kind of dark avenging angel, the messenger of the queen of the gods.
She is so...
It's such a it's
God.
just yeah. He's fully dressed, his face a mask of veritable rage as shadows curl from the walls on either side of him, hanging in midair because she's stopped time.
It is crazy because like he is there with his shadows, and he still would have been too late, or at least Andarna thinks so. But she does say that like the dagger pricked her throat, so I think he would have been.
It could have been so fast, like
Yeah.
it could have taken no time at all for her to have been ended.
Yeah, definitely.
So yeah, I think it was too late at that point.
But it is crazy that like he is there.
He is there.
And he is on the attack, and yet he still would have been too slow. Like that was really close timing.
That's crazy. That's it basically, because then Andarna gasps in her mind, and then chaos resumes, as it says.
Yeah, and Taryn says like it's about damn time. So did time stop for Taryn too? Like it did, right?
I mean, it has to, right?
Has
you can't
to,
just
'cause that's
stop
how it would work.
just the people around you.
Because then all the clocks would be off. No,
Yeah,
but...
all the clocks would be off. Like everybody, like, wait, how is my clock? Yeah, I would think so. That's how I duplicate it. We'll have to see in any future.
He says it's about damn time, which is a pretty funny line. Like,
oh,
it's just
true.
kind of, but also, like I feel like he wouldn't be saying this because he's saying it about Xaden. Like it's about damn time that
He
Xaden showed up
Yeah.
because he was trying to get him there clearly.
Yeah.
But it seems like he wouldn't have said this if he would have, I guess, I don't know. Like, he couldn't have known until after it happened, and then he knew.
Right, and Xaden had shown up those few seconds before, and he didn't say it. The few seconds it took for her to get out from under, the knife and walk over. Yeah.
And Darla was the only one speaking to her.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah,
I
seems
think
that
it
way.
must have. It's just crazy to think about it. Like,
Yeah.
no wonder why she can't hold that long. It's like the entire world had to have stopped.
It's crazy to think. I never thought about that because you only think about what's right there.
Yeah.
But what about everybody else? Everyone else, did they all get an extra 4 seconds of sleep?
No, I don't think it works like that. Like it would
Doesn't make a
works
difference
for her
Okay.
like that, but for them, you wouldn't have even noticed the
I
difference.
guess you're right. I like how Xaden goes in shock for a quick second. He's just like, what the heck? How did you get there? But that's literally a millisecond.
Yeah.
That's what she says, a millisecond. And then he's straight into killing mode.
Oh, yeah. And he says, you're all fucking dead.
Right.
And I was like, this was the moment I've been waiting for since, the third chapter, the second chapter of this book?
You were just hoping it was Jack.
I was hoping it was Jack, but Oren's fine. We don't like him either. He sucks.
You're right. This was it.
Yeah, anyways. It was really, this was seriously, I was just waiting for someone to come to her rescue and be super badass and awesome.
Yeah. Well, here he is.
Yeah. And
he just takes his, shadows and basically kills everyone there except for Oren right in that moment,
Yep.
I think we have a little bit of a conversation first.
Yeah, with Oren. But it doesn't go very well.
Yeah, literally just a couple sentences, and then he just grabs every assailant by the throat and they're done. But he's still communicating to Oren. Oren's obviously giving all of his reasons why he thinks, which I think is so weird that he's trying to explain this to Xaden when Xaden's also that if you kill her,
yeah, I don't care.
This is a domino effect. I could die. Why are you trying to explain this to me?
Even if your reasons make perfect sense to me, I'm not I don't know. Maybe he's just saying I don't deserve death. Because my reasons make sense, but it's you'll probably just try again, so...
Well, I think if you're looking death in the eyes, literally...
Yeah.
You might try to say anything.
Yeah, probably.
But they must still think at this point that Taryn isn't bonded so strongly that he would die. Because they're the unbondeds hoping to get another chance at a dragon.
Right. They must not think that.
What's crazy is the idea that they would think that Taryn would bond with one of them after killing his...
Oh, I know. I think that too, but it's just maybe, every dragon's different. Maybe some would take that as, a sign that this was what was meant to happen.
Right.
They don't know him. He just looks scary.
That's true. They're not in his mind. They don't, because I know what would happen if he survived
He'd
that.
kill
and
them
they,
anyways.
For sure. They would just be dead.
Yeah. For sure kill them. We haven't seen this happen yet, which is a problem. The only person who has died and then got rebonded, their rider just fell off of them.
True.
Like, so it's hard to say, but I feel like if they think this is gonna work, it must be because it works.
Yeah. No, you're probably right. I mean, it sounds like it's a thing. Like literally, Professor Kaori like mentioned it
Yeah.
as a thing where you got to be worried about the unbonded.
Yeah.
So it does sound like it happens, but they obviously don't know Taryn
No.
because there's no way.
But how would they know him? To like again, like to be fair, like how would they know?
Fair enough. Okay, fine.
Anyways, this wasn't like exactly what I said was gonna happen, but I did say in episode 9, I said that Xaden would enjoy killing Orin. Because I predicted that he was going to kill Orin and that he would, like, enjoy it. And then I was like, well, maybe that's a bad word, but, like, definitely be satisfying. And it was like, this kind of, like, it's still short, but he definitely, like, went out of his way to more personally kill him.
Yeah, and then Garrick pops in and he's like, man, no, you know, like, you didn't leave anybody for questioning, basically, you know? And he's like, no need for it. Bodhi enters. There's a quick description here about Bodhi, and it's pretty much just saying he looks like Xaden, except for he looks more approachable. And her body does not heat at the sight of him, just so we can all know that he looks like Xaden.
He might be hot,
but she's not sexually attracted
but
to him.
not that hot. Or, you know, she's just specifically...
Yeah, for sure.
I was reading the other day and I came across the name Bodhi in a different context, and it was talking about Buddhism and how Bodhi was being enlightened and like the most enlightened and truthful that like a human could be. And so then it made me want to look into it more because I was like, oh my gosh, Bodhi, this guy, you know? So it does mean like enlightenment or awakening in Sanskrit. And it is the name it's the name for the tree which Buddha achieved spiritual enlightenment, which is kind of interesting because the tree and the meeting under the tree. Anyways, and it talks about that the name carries spiritual and philosophical connotations of wisdom and the pursuit of truth. And of course, I still don't know what their whole group is all about, but in case that's relevant for later, I just wanted to bring it up because I found it really interesting.
Yeah, that's really cool. So they came in, right? Garrick and Bodhi come in, and then Bodhi's like, let me guess, we're on cleanup. And Xaden...
I was like, how many times do they do this? Like... I was like, they all know what to do. Like, okay, just murdering groups of people all the time, I guess.
I don't know. I don't know if I thought of it that way. That's kind of funny. Or he's just like, he just knows that he's going to be doing the grunt work after Xaden, you know?
I guess, but the way their whole, like, coordinated effort of, like, cleanup, I'm just like, okay.
I know, that's funny. I didn't think about that. Oh my gosh. So she says here, she's like, I'm alive, I'm alive, I'm alive. She says she's repeating that mantra in her head.
Uh-huh.
Then Xaden says, yes, you're alive.
Uh-huh.
And she says, I didn't realize I said that out loud.
Uh-huh. But he doesn't respond to this. He's not like... I mean, I guess he's not one to... But it's not like he confirms that she did say it out loud. He just continues what he's doing. Doesn't really say anything to that. Anyways, I don't know. I'm like, I keep on thinking, after we met that guy who could read minds, I was like, okay, there's probably, like, no way. Because we kind of saw how that played out, and that definitely just doesn't really seem like something that Xaden could be doing. At the same time, if I think that he is being able to channel powers outside of the dragons, like those fairy tales that she can't find anywhere mentioned, then maybe the powers would work way differently. And maybe he would be able to, or maybe he's just connected to her specifically, but it's so suspicious every time. And every time I'm like, oh no, I'm just reading too much into it. Then this happens. And I'm like, okay, that's really suspicious.
Yeah.
I just want to find out. And I feel like it's going to be so long. And I'm just going to keep on being like, I don't know, am I reading into this too much? For, like, the rest of the book, maybe. Who knows?
Who knows? So she's, like, shaking, and he says it's the shock, and he's like, you know, he's checking on her, and you can tell he's worried, but he's also, like, being very, like, kind of clipped. Yeah, because he's asking her if she's hurt. She's obviously hurt.
Yep. Again.
Doesn't say anything. And then he's like, come on, Violence, which I love how I call her Violence, even though he was the one that just did that. But he's like, pull your shit together and tell me where you're hurt.
What is he planning on doing? Like, is he gonna try to bandage her, like, right now? That's what I was thinking. It was like, tell me where you're hurt. But it's like, for what? To what end? You're not a healer. Or a mender. Like, what? I don't know. But anyways, I guess he just needs to know if she needs to go straight to a healer or mender, or if she can go, I don't know, to this field and talk to the dragons. So...
I mean, she could turn around and say, well, it's this knife that's in my back right now, you know?
Yeah. I don't know why. I was just like, what do you think you're going to be able to do with this, like, with this information? Because in my head, I just figured they were going to go... Either way, she was going to go straight to the healers at this point. But
right,
because
he's obviously getting her ready to go somewhere, which I remember, I mean, on this reread, too, I was like, wait a second, where is he taking her? He doesn't say, and she doesn't ask.
Yeah, she just...
She's in shock. She's in shock. And she's in pain, which is kind of normal for her anyways, but still.
Yeah, it doesn't help.
No. But he like tilts her head up and she sees like a hint of panic swirling in there. She notices these things. She's the narrator, basically. I know.
But then she just like...
Well, she is the narrator. Not basically. Yeah. She says it.
It's like, yeah, this book is written from like first point of view.
We are seeing what she's seeing and she's literally pointing these things out to us.
I know.
Anyway, so it's her ribs, right? She says that trying to mask the pain isn't going to work with him. So she's like she decides to tell him, obviously.
Right.
Yeah. She explains, that she got hit in the ribs and he was like, how did that only hurt your ribs? Basically, he's like, that must have been a dull sword. But then Taryn's like, trust him.
Tell him like about
basically
the armor.
Tell him about the armor.
Yeah.
It is a weird thing to be like, I got hit with a sword in the ribs, and you're like, and you got bruised?
Yeah.
So she explains the dragon scale that Mira made it for her. And I like how she says, it's why I've lived this long. And he says ingenious, though I'd say there's multiple reasons for why you've made it this far. So again, compliment.
Just like casually complimenting her. For like 1 second, I thought he was complimenting himself. But then I read like and then I was like, oh no. Otherwise she would have had like a quippy response back to him.
Yeah.
But then I was like, oh no, it's just a compliment. That's so sweet.
And again here, he narrows his eyes at the ring around her neck and says, I should have killed him slower.
Yeah.
Like we're not...
It's like...
He's not casual here. This is not...
No.
Anyways, she says, I'm fine. And then thinks, I'm not. And he's like, never lied to me.
Okay, so, like, maybe it's just, like, obvious that she's lying or whatever, but that's just so suspicious. And even being like, oh, I couldn't mask my pain with him when you can with everyone else.
I mean, I think it's probably pretty obvious that she's not fine,
I know.
Yeah.
It's just the phrasing. It's not that, like, it could be phrased so many different ways. Like, I was in too much pain to lie convincingly.
Yeah.
But no, it's the way it's phrased.
Anyways. Yeah. No, totally. So yeah, he wants to see her ribs.
I know, and I was like you want her to strip? Basically, actually.
Anyways, back to the men that walk in. She mentions this like oddly. She's like, they're all dressed, fully clothed at 2 a.m.
I know. And I was like, oh, what were they doing? I want to know what they were doing. But anyways, they could have, like, she mentions later, I think in the next chapter or whatever, like, they could have just been,
were
like,
out
on assignment.
Yeah.
Like, there's, like, lesser assignments, I guess, that aren't, like, the big battles or whatever that third years go and do, which does make sense, but I don't know. Suspicious.
Yeah, I mean, for sure. It's mentioned for something,
Exactly.
So here Garrick's saying they're taking the last ones out and they're leaving so they actually do leave with the last bodies. So they have to take them somewhere, so they're gone.
Yes, good. So everyone is gone, but also I don't know if it's the author who doesn't know how mirrors work or if it's Violet who doesn't know how mirrors work, because she's taking off her top, but it's like, oh, it's chill because her back is to him, but she can see his face in the mirror, in the full-length mirror. Does she not know how mirrors work? If I can see someone in a mirror, they can see me in the mirror.
So you're thinking that she's turned her back to him so that he wouldn't see her front?
Yeah.
But except for that, she's like, she shrugs out of the sleeves of her nightdress and holds the material above her breast as it dips to the back of her waist.
Above her breast. Is that not...
Above her breast?
Right. If she's holding it above her breast, then everything's on display.
No. No, she's holding the material. Instead of letting it drop, she takes her arms out and holds the material like this.
Oh. Yeah, okay, I was confused. She's not holding it. She's holding it.
So she like manages to get her arms out but keeps herself covered here. And it's just now he can see the back of her
Like, I need to see how this nightgown works.
Yeah, it's a little unclear, I
I
guess.
need another diagram.
But see, also, she's basically giving access at this point to the corset. Anyways.
Yeah, but doesn't that just go, like, below her breasts, the corset?
I mean, it depends on what kind of corset you have, but yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of them do. But somehow he's able to
Untie it,
yeah.
Okay, I don't know.
It is a little unclear on how this dress works, but I just thought she was letting us know that she can still watch him.
Yeah.
Even though her back is to him.
Yeah, I mean, I know that's what he was trying to say, but I was thinking, well, then he can also, what was the point of turning your back to him, I guess,
so
to
he
have
could
him
see,
untie it.
Yeah. Well, because I guess so.
Because it's on her side.
It's on her side, so I guess she doesn't have to really turn, but he can't untie the corset if she's facing him.
But she does get it on and off by herself. Although, he says, how do you get yourself into this thing every morning? But she sleeps with it. Oh, because she has to bathe. I answered my own question. I was like, well, why would you have to get into it? She sleeps in it.
Anyways, this is kind of where the sexual tension gets going, because she's like presenting her corset and she's like, you'll have to. And he says, I know how to handle a corset. And we're all like, of course you do.
It is like kind of a funny line though, because it doesn't seem like they generally wear corsets, right? They wear armor. Anyways, whatever. I don't know. Like, is he just being like, he's just being like snarky and / flirty, but I'm just like, who is wearing...
Maybe they do though. So we don't really know, like, what is the regular wear like when he's out in, his village or whatever, or you know what I mean? When they're out in the village, are they wearing corsets? Like, we don't know what kind of like, we haven't really been presented too much outside of the academy to know.
I know. Like, what do the general public wear?
Yeah, a fancy attire, normal wear, Yeah.
But
this is why we're knowing that she can see his face, even though he's behind her, is because she specifically says that he has a look of raw hunger.
Yes.
Flitting across his expression, right?
Yes.
And then drawing her hair over her shoulder with surprising gentleness. And here she is, like, literally saying, there's still blood on the floor, and yet my breaths are tight for the entirely wrong reason, as he makes quick work of the laces.
Yeah, she's losing her mind.
She is totally. Anyways, and then he asks how she gets herself out of it, and she literally says, I'm freakishly flexible. And he had to think what I thought.
I know.
There's no way he didn't think the same thing I thought when she said that. I'm like, are we bragging here?
I think that's kind of what this line is like indicating, which is like, she says, our eyes meet and warmth flutters through my stomach. I think that was like the acknowledgement of that line.
I guess so.
And then he's just like, I need to concentrate.
But yeah, so then he pulls the armor apart, which I guess is the corset. Is it an armor that's corseted on her?
Yes.
Question mark?
I need more pictures.
Let's get this scene in pictures. What does her nightgown look like? How does this armor work?
Yes.
Anyway, so he's just looking at her ribs and basically says, they're not broken. You'll have one hell of a bruise,
Yep. And then he decides to put her shoes on for her.
And not only that, I mean, you jumped way too far ahead.
Sorry.
Because literally he drops to his knees on the floor.
I know.
For her. And you're just like...
He's not helping
What
this
is
situation.
helping? Yeah, what is happening here? He basically is like, can you lift your feet up? And, basically puts her feet in boots.
Yeah.
And she doesn't say anything. But she's still not saying, where are we going? Why are we going? What's happening?
I know. That was I was like, can you ask any questions? She finally does. Like, after I made that note, like 2 paragraphs later, she's like, where are we going? But I was like, come on, Violet.
Oh, that's right. She does, but he doesn't answer.
But it's not until they're like in the hallway that she asks.
Again, we could just say she's completely in shock still.
Yeah.
Anyways, I like this. It says he wraps his cloak around my shoulders and buttons it at the collar like I'm something precious.
Oh, so cute.
Now I know I'm in shock because I'm anything but precious to Zayden.
Oh. She's so annoying.
We're both just trying to unroll our eyes as we think about this. I mean, again, this is first person narration, and she's like, his gaze drifts over my hair and he blinks once before tugging my hood up. I mean, maybe she's just, I don't know, this area she doesn't know very well. She's so sure with her immediate... I know we talk about this so much. I mean, is everybody sick of us talking about how dumb this is? But she's so... she had made such a strong decision when she met him.
I know.
That he was going to kill her, that we're still here and it's still going on.
She just cannot get it out of her brain but it's like you again, yeah, like you said, you're narrating. You've been here for all of these things we've been here for.
That's right. Nothing's happened behind your back.
Pull
I mean,
together.
literally, even when he was behind your back, you still saw it. So nothing's happened that you haven't seen. Oh my goodness. Okay, good. So she does ask where we're going, and he, basically tells her to be quiet.
Yep. And they hold...
And doesn't answer her question.
They're holding hands as they walk because he's saying that it's, like, less suspicious for them to be a couple, just like a couple moving around.
Mm-hmm. And she's like, not that we're a couple.
Yeah, or not a couple, or I would never.
No, she literally says, no, not that I wouldn't climb the man like a tree if presented with the right set of circumstances.
Yeah, and then says there will never ever be a right set of circumstances. Like, okay. Give it 10 chapters.
My poor sweet girl.
If I had to guess.
Yeah, she's...
Oh, that's the pace of this book. No, I'd say give it 10 chapters.
Huh. You want to write that down somewhere? Let's see how good you are. 10 chapters, huh?
I don't have a pen.
I'll write it down. She thinks 10 chapters from chapter 20.
Well, this is 19.
It's from chapter 19. He pushes like a hidden door, and she's like, holy shit. And they go into a hidden door, which is kind of cool.
Yep.
He puts on some, he gets some magic lights. And then they go down this hallway. It's, nothing really exciting about it. He does say at one point that he's not going to baby her like Atos does.
Uh-huh.
Which is kind of funny because we all feel that same way. And she says that's the only way. He says that's only going to get you killed once we get out of Bagsgath.
Yeah. I mean, he's definitely thinking in futures way more as a third year.
Yeah.
And then she says, if you even think about suggesting that you sleep with me for safety from now on. And I was like, hey, that was my suggestion. He
says he doesn't sleep with first years.
Yeah, even when he was one, which is interesting.
The question is, has he slept with anybody in the 2.5 years he's been there? We don't know. But we'll see. We'll see what happens here.
Yeah, but they're still still flirting about it this whole time.
Yeah, she literally says, I'd have to be a masochist to sleep with you, and I can assure you I'm not. And a masochist is someone who delights in pain or even suffering for themselves, you know? And he's like, masochist, huh? And his mouth, corner of his mouth quirks into a smirk. And then she says, you hardly give off snuggly morning after vibes.
Unless you're worried about me killing you while we sleep.
Love it.
Which is funny.
So good. But then he points out something here, you could never even kill a fly. I mean, basically he saw that she just wounded those people. She didn't even kill them. She could perfectly kill them, but she didn't.
Yep.
And she says she's never killed anybody. Which is our innocent, Violet.
Yeah.
She's sort of whispering it as if it's a secret, But he says you're going to have to get over that. All we are after graduation are weapons. And it's best if we're honed before leaving the gates. I'm like, are you telling her she should just practice killing a few people, Violet?
Yeah.
Get it over with. You might as well get good at this before you have to do it for real. I'm like, wow.
I mean, basically, that is kind of the purpose of this place. That's why they're allowed to kill each other in, certain circumstances.
Yeah. He does finally tell her here that they're going to see Taryn to find out what the hell just happened. Which I thought was interesting.
Yeah,
he didn't even ask her. He's just like, we're going to go see your dragon. But,
I like him a lot more than Dain, but he is a little bit of an egotist. He's definitely he doesn't have the time to ask her first when it comes to this.
I guess
he's like, this is crazy, fuck this is what we're doing,
let's go talk to the dragons.
Yeah,
he specifically is not just the attack, he wants to know how the hell they got past her locks, and she's like, she's not going to explain right here.
Right. So this moment, my guess was actually Imogen.
Oh.
Because of the fact she says that Xaden wouldn't believe her.
Yeah, that's a good guess.
Yeah, I kind of
even
wish
though
it
we
was.
already know.
But before the reveal happens, I did guess right.
Oh, you did?
Yes, at the end of this chapter.
Oh, good.
When she thinks that Dain won't believe her, that's when I realized who it was.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. I don't remember now my first time reading that and wondering. I think I was just confused because I never really totally duplicated that point that a writer had to get in her room. That the Unbonded couldn't do that because they don't have the magics to unlock a door. And so
Yeah.
it wasn't until that's explained a little more, like when we get to the end, the reveal, that I realized that. But so I don't think I caught up on that. I
There
knew
is like a quick sentence where it's like I saw her like
That's
running
true.
away. And like there's just like two sentences where she kind of is like, someone must have let them in.
I
I
saw
saw
her.
who it was, and we knew it was a female. And that's all I had to go off of until this line of like, oh, he wouldn't believe me. And that's why I thought Imogen.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyways.
I mean, that's a really great guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's figuring out here that he's taking her to the flight field, and then is like, this is a new way. Like, she's never seen this way before. And he's like, yeah, it's not exactly common knowledge. And he wants her to keep it quiet. Again, like, how many secrets are we keeping, guys?
I mean, a lot.
And why? Is it really that big of a deal? But whatever.
I mean, if they used it to sneak out a lot, then yes.
Yeah, maybe he just doesn't want a whole bunch of people using it to sneak out. Or maybe it's like, I don't know. I'm not sure if it's ever told or not. So I don't remember. Like, is it like just what leadership uses normally and they know how to get through it? And yeah, I don't know,
Yeah.
Because they usually go a whole longer route to the flight field. This is like a shortcut.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And it's like one that you're not going to get caught
Yeah.
traveling particularly.
Yeah. So he says to keep it quiet, and she's like, let me guess, and you'll know if I tell. And he's like, yes.
Because of... Sometimes I just wonder if the power is just because of his shadows. Like, maybe he can, like, get the... like, because shadows aren't a solid, right?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they can, like, go into your head. Like,
And
maybe it's
transmit
connected to the same power that he already has. Although that would be more boring than my other theory. But, anyways, I don't know.
I hear ya. They are continuing to walk to the flight field, and she asks him, what were you doing tonight? And he's like, what made you ask? And she's like, you made it to my room within minutes, and you're not exactly dressed for sleeping. And then he says, maybe I sleep in my armor too. And she says, then you should pick more trustworthy bedmates. I mean, that's like a totally unnecessary statement. That's completely just a flirt, because that's like not even the point.
No, because you weren't with anyone and you slept in your armor.
Yeah.
In a room that no one should have been able to access.
Although he seemed to kind of like it, because he did smile, and she was like, it's a real one.
Yeah.
And she says, an honest, heart-stopping smile that I'm anything but immune to.
At least she's coming. At least she's like in less denial than she was
yeah,
before.
she knows she literally said she would climb him in the right circumstances.
Yeah.
So she knows where she is now, I think.
Yep.
My goodness. Yeah, and so he says that he's not going to tell her. He says it's third-year business, and that's all we hear, right?
Yes.
But she does realize that he is going to go talk to Taryn, and she's like, well, that's ballsy.
Yeah.
You know?
Especially because she doesn't know yet that Taryn can speak back to him in his mind.
Not yet.
So what does she think is even going to happen?
Well, she thinks he's just going to talk to her. Well, if you talk to
gonna
another
yell at-
bonded dragon, you know,
Yes.
out loud, some of them might just incinerate you on the
I know.
spot.
It seems, it's just, yeah.
Although, come to think about it, every time she's worried that Taryn is going to kill Xaden in this conversation, when killing Xaden would kill Sigale, which would kill Taryn. No.
No, but we don't know that. We don't know if Xaden and Sigale's bond is
You think
strong
Taryn
enough.
would do that to his mate? I mean, come on.
He might hurt him a little bit.
Okay,
He doesn't
fine.
have to kill him.
Fine, he could hurt him a little bit. Okay, good. So here we are. The 3 dragons have shown up. Taryn, Sigale, and Andarna.
Yes. So
And Andarna's like worried about her, and like her nose is against her ribs and stuff. And she says, you know, basically, don't worry, no broken bones. They're just bruised. But she's definitely worried. And then Xaden goes to Taryn like, what the hell kind of powers are you channeling to her? And he says, none of your business what I choose or not to choose to channel toward my rider. And that's when she finds out that Xaden heard him.
yeah, in this moment, I was like, oh my god, it's proof right here that he can mind me. I genuinely thought that the moment had come.
Oh, wow.
And then it hadn't. And I was like, come on!
Oh, that's really funny. So yeah, they're having this conversation back and forth. He's basically like, you're expecting me to protect her. I should know this, whatever. And, you know, they're both just being whatever, like stubborn, and I don't know.
Yeah, definitely. They have pretty similar personalities, honestly.
They do, really. They're both kind of grumpy and gruff and, you know,
Yeah.
not your general warm, fuzzy type. They bring up the fact that she had 30 seconds gifted to her. Aiden's like, he's like literally like, what the fuck happened? Like, this is scaring him to a degree. He's like,
Yeah.
doesn't know why this happened.
It's definitely freaky.
Zayden just keeps pressing. He's just like, we need to know what happened in that room. And then Taryn's like, do not dare to try and read me, human, or you'll regret it.
I know. And this, anyways, maybe this word read is just like, you know, when you like read someone by looking at them. I don't know. The word read here just caught my attention. That's all.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Seems like a weird way to phrase it. It would make sense if you're talking about a person.
Yeah.
But like, how do you read a dragon?
Yeah.
Anyways, whatever.
I know, that is interesting for sure. All right. Violet's kind of like worried about Zayden a little bit because she like, you know, moves between them.
Yeah.
And she's like trying to placate Taryn. Like, he's just freaked out. Don't scorch him. And that's when Sigale talks.
Yep.
So she pops in and says, at least we agree on something, which is like not scorching her rider, you know?
Yeah. So somehow, even though she knew that Taryn and Zayden could communicate, this shocks her, being able to hear Sigale.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's all just one after. We're just getting a lot of shocks actually on this page because this is full of stuff.
Oh yeah, this is full of stuff.
So not only can they talk, the dragons can talk to both the riders because the dragons are bonded here.
It just seems like a convenient plot thing. I'm not gonna lie. Like, this is the first thing that I'm like,
maybe. I mean, you could have
what?
totally done the whole book without them being able to talk to the opposite riders.
Well, okay, like, I don't know the rest of the book.
That's true. Anyways, but I don't know. I can see it.
It just seemed like a weird loophole because before they were like, oh, you get in so much trouble if you talk to a dragon you're not bonded with, or if a dragon talks to you when they're not bonded with you. But then it's like, well, except for in this case, obviously. And it's like, okay.
Because they're all stuck together and yeah, they're all like somehow, you know, connected. I don't know. I love it because
just have loopholes left and right and center.
Yes, I agree with that. I mean, if nothing else, we get to hear Sigale because otherwise we wouldn't be able to hear her because we're not in Zayden's POV.
Yeah.
Although there are some Zayden POV chapters I think that came out at some point, but you don't get those until after you finish the book.
Interesting.
I think I'd have to look and make sure they don't give away any future spoilers. I don't remember.
Yeah. Yeah, you'd have to make sure. Otherwise, I'll just read them at the end of all 3 books.
Yeah. Well, they wouldn't be spoilers for Onyx Storm because they came out, I believe, when Iron Flame came out. I'd have to double check. But anyways, there are some POVs, so you can get some more of him and Sigale talking and stuff. So
I love that.
Yeah. Anyway, so he's explained that it's because they're mates that they can all talk to each other. So like you said, it could just be a nice, convenient thing to put in here.
I guess I'm just saying, like, every time we learn a dragon rule, it's just like, yeah, but, like, whatever. And I'm like, okay, like, genuinely, it just doesn't seem like these guys, like, they're so serious about the rules, kind of, but then also they're just, like, not at all. Like,
I don't even know how much it's rules or how much it's literally just the dragons being like, we just don't care about you humans in general. Like, we are just the bosses. We're just the ones in charge here, so we can do whatever we want.
Yeah.
You guys have to follow our rules.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know.
Like,
but you can't talk to us,
like,
but
Andarna even bonding, it's like, so just like no one, like, I get that she doesn't have parents, but just like no one cares about this.
Right.
Like,
for sure.
No one's in trouble for this. Okay. Like, I'm just like, how are they ruled? I know. Whatever.
We don't know. They never tell us. They don't want us to know how the Empyreans does their thing.
No.
I know. It's interesting. But anyways, Zayden wants to know how the heck she was under Owen's knife 1 second and then across the room in the other second. And then he asks, is that the signet power you've manifested with Taryn? But she's like, I don't know what happened. And Darna pops in here saying nature likes all things in balance.
Which doesn't seem like an answer to this.
It sure doesn't.
I genuinely don't know what she's referring to.
I love this whole conversation because it really does seem like she's babbling here.
Yeah.
Nature likes all things in balance. That's the first thing we're taught, right? So then I'll go back, but she says, not the first thing. The first thing is we shouldn't bond until we're full grown. And then she says, or maybe the first is where the sheep are. I like goats better, though. And she's just like, it's like, wait, hold on. Wait, did you just drop a bomb here?
Yeah.
And then talk about how you like goats better than sheep?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was surprised I didn't react more to that. The first thing we shouldn't follow
until
we're full grown. Well, I guess it's just like she's just saying that's something you learn.
Yeah.
Without any other context, I guess that could just be like.
It could have just like been over
like
your
the
head.
first thing I learned. Yeah.
Then Terrence says this is why feathers tails don't bond. He does say that.
Yes, so that is true, like, because people mentioned that earlier.
Yeah.
I was wondering, like, how would they even know?
Yeah.
But I guess
But he
it's
doesn't
true.
explain why he's saying this is why feathertails don't bond. Like, it could be because she's babbling and he's like, this is why feathertails don't bond.
No, I think it's like, yeah.
But I think it's because, is it not because she said the first thing we shouldn't bond until we're full grown?
I guess. I think
Or a
that
little
it's
both.
just the fact that she's babbling like a child.
Yeah, because he does sigh with a hefty dose of exasperation. So then Sigale pops in and says, let her explain.
Right. So then this brought up my previous conversation about, do dragons speak mind to mind, or do they have their own language? But then during this conversation...
Well, they're obviously speaking mind to mind in this conversation, but we already determined that he says things in dragon language.
Yeah, because he does sigh with a hefty dose of exasperation, and then Sigale clicks her talons.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, technically, you could interpret this as Terran's sigh being a full sentence in dragon language.
Sure.
And Sigale's clicking her talons is her being like, let her explain. And so while the humans are hearing these as, like, words in English, or whatever language they speak, the dragons are communicating how animals communicate, which is, you know, body movements and small noises. So,
sure.
Who knows? Anyways, I'm tracking this.
Yeah. So Andarna starts giving some, like, real jewels of information here. She says feathertails shouldn't bond because they can accidentally gift their powers to humans. So this is different than channeling.
Right.
She's talking about gifting powers. You know what I mean? Like, she's not talking about a signet here.
No, this is not
Dragons
a signet.
can't channel, not really, until we're big, but we're all born with something special.
So they're all born with powers.
Yes.
But they're not channeling?
Because channeling is to the writer.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. I guess that's what I'm getting. And so then Violet has to, like, relay this to Xaden because he's the only one who's left out of this conversation.
Yeah.
And so she does. And then she asks, like, a signet? And then Sigale says, no, a signet is a combination of our power with your own ability to channel. So, okay, no. So maybe the dragon's channeling is something different. Channeling from where? Anyways, okay.
No.
I don't, okay, yes. And then, but because the riders channel through the dragons. Yeah. But the dragons are channeling something.
Through the bond, I guess. Like, I guess they...
No, because she doesn't say anything. She just says they can't channel until they're big.
So you're saying that dragons can channel by themselves without a human?
Yeah.
But that's different than the gift that they have when they're a child?
My goodness. So much. Listen, we're just doing what we can here. Okay. So Sigale explains a signet is a combination of our power with your own ability to channel. It reflects who you are at the core of your being. So that obviously means it's like an intimate...
It has much more to do with the person. Than the dragon. The power, like, comes from the dragon.
But the signet is what...
Yeah. And we know this.
Then. Yeah, so we know this.
Like, one dragon bonded with 5 different humans, all of them would have a different signet.
Yeah.
So.
And then Andarna says, but I gave my gift directly to you, so that wasn't a signet. Because I'm still a feathertail.
Gave. Like, this word gave keeps on, like, catching me off guard. Like, does that mean Violet could force Andarna to use it? I mean, because they kind of talk about...
Well, they do talk about that, don't they?
I interpreted that the first time I read it as her saying, like, while I'm using it, you could push me to use it more. Yeah. But, like, if she's gifted it to Violet, could Violet just use this gift whenever she wants? I don't know. We'll have to find out.
I know what I understand from reading all 3 books, but I'm just going to have to tell you to keep going to see what you kind of put together here.
Yeah.
So then she catches on with this line, but I'm still a feathertail. And she's like, wait, you're still a feathertail? And then Andarna says, yep, for another couple years probably.
Yep, and I lost my mind. I was like, okay. So she is a child. This was something that someone said when they first saw her. Like, that can't be a fully grown dragon. She must be a child.
Right.
But because someone dumb said it, I wrote it off. I was like, well, they're dumb. Which is a great writing technique. There's nothing better than making a dumb character say something true.
Unfortunately, that's kind of what they did in Harry Potter with Ron. They just kept having him throw out these things while he's annoyed and completely not trying to be serious half the time. He'll throw out these things that all come true.
Yep.
And so you never pay attention to them.
It's really smart. It genuinely is a smart writing technique. Kind of like when Violet herself said, like, oh, what, you're going to insist on sleeping in my bed? Because obviously that is, like, something that, I mean, I thought of it so quickly, so the author was probably like, we just need to make this in a way where it's like, clearly this isn't going to be what's going to happen. Although I acknowledge that it would be a funny solution.
Yeah. I mean, how many books, I don't know how much romance books you read. I read a lot. There are so many where, like, the guy's like, no, I have to live in your house because someone's out to get you. And you're like, of course.
Yeah, exactly. And then there's only one bed.
There's only one bed. Oh my.
Okay. But I did wonder for a second if she was their kid.
Yeah, well, you're not the only one.
Yeah.
Well, so anyways.
And I wondered instantly, like right here, I was like, so does that mean she's going to give her a real second signet when she's older? And then I went down this whole rabbit hole of like, well, if no one knows that she's a Feathertail, no one knows that Feathertails are children, they're gonna know when one day she's a different dragon 2 or 3 years down the road.
Right?
Like, how do they think
really,
this
is something I have actually thought about and wondered how anyone was like, okay, we're trying to keep Feathertails a secret. Oh yeah, let's let a Feathertail go and bond with this person.
Like, no one's gonna be like, oh, you suddenly have a club tail. Huh. Yeah, you know, dragons, man. Like...
They just switched bonds midway.
Yeah, you know, I'm like, but I get that they're like, we need to keep this a secret right now, and I do agree that right now this needs to become a secret, but how is no one acknowledging, like, what they're gonna do when this does come out, because she's gonna grow up?
It is, I mean, not what they're gonna do, because I do know to a degree, but it is a thought I had, even knowing how it all ends, is like, what was Taryn and Sigale thinking this whole time when they're like, oh good, now everyone's seen this Feathertail that no one's seen for ages. What is the whole Empyrean?
I know. They probably should have gone a little bit longer, that meeting that they had, you know, when they all flew up and had a meeting. They probably should have been like, hey, what is this going to mean in 3 years?
Yeah, no, it's 100% would have, like, just on the normal rotation of things, it would 100% have to come out when the dragon... when she grows up and is a different dragon. Yeah. I mean, basically. A bigger dragon. Whatever, you know? Whatever changes, right? Anyways, it's a very good point, and I don't have any clue what anybody was thinking at that moment, so.
No.
So, yeah. So, Violet's realizing that she's a hatchling. And, oh, no. She says she's a hatchling, but Andarna's like, I'm not. I'm 2. And I'm just like, okay. Like, so you're a toddler.
Okay. And then she's like, we mature so much faster. It's like, okay, whatever.
And Violet's like, doing what I would have done, glaring at Taryn and saying, you let a juvenile bond?
Yeah.
So they mature much faster and all that, but he says, and I'm not sure anyone lets Andarna do anything.
Yeah.
So you're like, okay, well, obviously, I don't know. She doesn't have anyone
in about a year or 2. Not very long.
Yeah. And she's going to literally still be in school, right, when this happens. So it's not like she could be out somewhere and maybe people will forget her dragon, you know?
Right.
Right.
As if anyone would forget the person who bonded 2 dragons, one being a Feathertail.
Right? No, they wouldn't at all forget. And then Sigale says, and if I thought she'd actually bond, I would have objected harder to her right of benefaction.
What the fuck is that?
I don't know what right of benefaction is.
I was like, is that like a birthday present? Like, like the right.
But what did they think she was going to do when she went to presentation other than to look if she could bond?
Maybe it was just like, I'm so interested in what humans, like, it's like Ariel being, like, obsessed with people on land, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe.
Sure. Maybe, now we're talking Little Mermaid.
Maybe Andarna was just like, I really want to go see humans. And they were like, whatever.
And then she threw a tantrum on the ground and they're like, oh my gosh, get out of here. Yeah, probably.
I just want to know what the right of benefaction is, because that seems like something.
Literally
like,
read this.
Did you get, like, one wish?
I just read this today to get ready for this, and I was like, wait, what's that mean? So if it got explained, I've forgotten. Anyways, it definitely makes you wonder what the heck all went on. But this is when Xaden is literally like hurt and is like, oh my gosh, is Andarna yours?
Yeah.
And then Sigale's like, don't be ridiculous. Do you think I'd let my offspring bond while still feathered? And then we find out her parents passed, which is sad. But she's like, I have lots of elders, which I guess is like elders of the den, whatever.
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, well, not enough to keep you off the threshing field. Feathertails don't bond because their power is too unpredictable, unstable. And he's like, that you wouldn't like hand your toddler a signet right? Like, I mean,
Right.
Zayden's like, of course not. He could barely control himself when he was 20,
Yeah.
So, that they're just like, we don't do this. This is not what we normally do. Yeah.
Yeah.
But he says bonding too young allows them to give their gift directly. So, like, we get the idea then that they can't do that now as full-grown adults.
Right. So that means they still have a power that they can't give directly.
I guess so.
Ask more questions.
Why are they not asking other questions? Yeah, so Andarna has a gift that when she's younger, she can give directly.
Yes.
But later when they're older, they only have they only offer up power, and their signet is then forged into something that's more what the human needs.
Yeah.
So does that mean that all the dragons have this other unique power?
Yeah. So now all the dragons have second powers, and all the humans have second power. I mean, I don't know.
I mean, the dragons are all very secretive, so anything could be happening. Who knows what's going on with them? But
seriously, I mean, it honestly, plot wise, it's a great way to write it. Just like, no, we can't know. We're not allowed to know.
Yeah, for sure.
That way, anything can work, anything can happen, and it's fine because we just, I don't know.
We don't know. Yeah, he says that a writer could easily drain the feather tails and burn them out, which is, like Violet's like, I would never do that, and Andarna's like, that's why I chose you. But she's obviously very tired here. You just like get this. She's like flopping against Taryn. And throughout this whole thing, you can tell how tired she is. She's yawning and whatever.
Yeah.
But I realize now that Violet's like, how could I have not seen it before? Her rounded eyes, her paws. So she's noticing like the juvenile look of.
Yeah.
I'm like, so she's also teeny small, but okay.
Yeah, well, maybe she really, really just thought all feather tails were that small.
Yeah, I think she did.
Which, I mean, I guess they are. I mean, they're probably varying sizes of small as they get older. But yeah. Also, is she not going to, like, oh, God, okay. Sorry, I'm just so, like, in book 2, she would have to be slightly bigger, right? Like, if she's going to grow into a full-grown dragon, is no one going to notice this dragon changing sizes?
Just wait until book 2. You will have answers.
Oh, good.
Okay. So then they're just talking about how leadership this is not a power. This is not a thing we want to hand over to leadership. This is a dangerous information. Not just the thing about the, her having this now ability to stop time. That's not even the point at this point. It's the point that feathertails are actually babies, that feathertails can gift their gifts directly. Like all this stuff is like not something that the humans need to know.
Yeah, because I don't think anyone, I mean, per Zayden's reaction, I don't think any signet has ever been as strong as stopping time.
Yeah, that was like his reaction definitely seemed to.
So, if that's just one Feathertail's gifted power, I mean, I'm just saying, like, thinking of his evil leadership, they'd probably be like, damn, we gotta get our hands on these babies.
Give us the babies.
If this is like an average one, think of what a crazy, I mean, maybe she's not average, but just, if they assume that, just think of what all of the, I don't know.
Other ones would be like, it would definitely be greed.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. And she even, like, Violet even says she'd be hunted.
Yep.
Although, I would say not she, but all Feathertails, but okay.
Well, I think that they would kill Andarna as to not let Violet, I mean...
I don't know if killing is where their mind would go. I would think weapon is where their mind would go.
Maybe just hunt. I mean, if she can just gift her power to Violet, and it doesn't matter that they're bonded, she can just gift her power.
No, they're bonded though, right?
Well, they are bonded, but
I don't think.
Does this mean that she could just gift her power to anyone?
Well, they say they can gift them directly, but it's talking about to writers, and writers are bonded, so I'm not really sure how that's not clear. Don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, is this what the Empyreans, is this why they decided that this was okay? Because it's like one child and one grown up, and they're like, yeah, that's basically not even two dragons. Although that doesn't seem to make any sense. No. I cannot believe that they allowed this. Like, that they genuinely came out of the meeting being like, yeah, no, we're good.
Right.
Okay.
Right. There definitely seems to be more to that than that for some reason. So Gail also says, like, hopefully she'll mature once you're out of the quadrant. So again, she's going on that same basis that I was going, where like, oh, when you're somewhere else, no one's really going to maybe notice you have a whole different dragon. But like, again, like you said, like, no, everyone who's anyone is going to know about the two dragons that bonded with the one girl.
Yeah. And
so I don't know how that makes a difference.
Is probably paying attention. Her mother, a general.
Yeah.
If she just comes home with a club tail, her mom's not going to be like, yes.
That makes sense. Yeah. And she says the elders are placing more stringent protections on the Feathertails.
Yeah.
And I don't get, this is interesting here because she's like, whatever you did saved my life to Andarna. And she's like thanking her. And Andarna's like, I made time stop. And I was like, of course, we saw that, right?
Yeah.
And then she's like, wait, what? She was like so shocked. Like,
Well,
nothing can stop time. No one can stop time. So what did she think happened?
Okay, well, I
She
don't...
think that they just like froze everybody?
Yeah. I mean, like, as we discussed how crazy it is to stop time for the entire world.
Yeah.
Like, it is crazy to, like, comprehend, so...
Yeah, I guess so. I just realized that she literally this whole time just thought that she froze
them.
everybody, but they were still warm and whatever. Okay.
She
So,
hasn't had that much time to think. Like, the same excuse of, like, why is she not asking more questions? She's just, like, barely had time to process any of this.
And Zayden also didn't really know. So she explains to him, yeah, she can pause time. And he's totally shocked. So they knew something happened. Oh, I wonder if he thought, because all he saw was she was there and then she's there. So maybe he thought
Speed.
it was like, or not so much speed, but like literally being able to blink out in one spot and
teleport.
Like a teleport. Thank you. That's the word.
Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe that's what he thought. Okay. So all this time they didn't really know that.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
And even for her, it could have been speed. I mean, if you watch like movies with Flash, that DC character, Marvel character, sorry.
Yeah.
Like it looks like time is slowing down to basically a stop when they're moving very fast, because obviously that is how that would work.
Yeah. So he could have thought it was more like that.
Yeah.
So he's like, you can stop time. And then Andarna says, and now we, emphasize we, can stop time.
Yeah.
Or stop it. And then that's when Violet kind of notices that the channeling the gifts has made her really tired. She can barely keep her eyes open. So then Violet whispers in small increments.
Right, which is another way we've put a damper on this.
Oh, yeah.
It has to be a secret now. Has to be in small increments. It could kill them. I'm like, okay, we're getting the
we can't
list.
use this whenever we want, basically.
Can't use it in front of other people, basically. Yeah. So it is making... I'm like, okay, good. We're putting on those proper dampers to this power, so it's not just like... Why didn't you do that every second?
Yeah, exactly. And she does say here, like, if I use too much, I can kill you. And then Andarna says, kill us.
Yeah. Which
wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Does make it less like a beautiful magical gift that you're given if it would kill both of them. Mm-hmm. I'm just thinking of, like, leadership, you know what I mean?
That's true.
Like, you
can't
really,
overdo it.
Oh, you really can't overdo it, because you would just die.
Right.
So.
Yeah. Violet is worried that Professor Carr is going to kill her, and because of the Jeremiah incident. But Zayden explains that he was an intrinsic. Mm-hmm. That's a capital offense to be a mind reader. She's still worried about them finding out she can stop time. I still don't think killing would have been the thing. Like, to me, that's not I can understand the mind reader thing. I can understand that. Because they're going to find out. Yeah, but stopping time, like, I feel like that's a weapon more. But I don't know. But they decide basically here they're not going to find out.
Yeah.
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 So no one's going to tell them. He's like saying, not you, not me, not them, the dragons, obviously.
And then it does say that most Feathertail gifts disappear with maturity when they begin to channel. So they don't have it later then.
Okay, good.
Most of them don't have it later.
Yeah. Okay, good. Yeah, no, you're right. You does say that. I was thinking for some reason he was talking about, like, they can't channel the gifts. They can't give you the gifts directly. But no, it literally says disappear. Yeah, okay, fine. There you go. Yep. Anyways, so they take off, basically.
Calling Andarna Golden One when Taryn also calls her Silver One. I was like, wow, apparently he only has one. Like,
does he call his
joke.
Mate Blue One?
Yeah, probably. And then obviously Zayden's Black One. And
there we go. We got them all.
The shadows.
Well, Taryn's black, though.
Yeah, but he wouldn't refer to himself with a nickname. I hope not.
That's funny. Okay, good.
Maybe Dark One.
The Dark One. There you go. And so they take off, and Zayn says, like, promise me you won't tell anybody about the time stopping. Yep. See, she's not going to.
And then rare abilities, when kept secret, are the most valuable form of currency we possess. Mm-hmm. I was like your secret abilities? Anyways, whatever. We shall see.
We shall see.
Also this, maybe he's telling me to keep quiet for his own gain so he can use me later on the road. Violet, stop.
Violet, please. But then at least she's like, oh, he at least wants me to be alive for a later date. And
yes,
I'm just like,
because he would die if you die.
This girl.
Pull it together.
So this is where the next bomb gets dropped. I mean, there's so many being dropped here.
Yep.
But she says there was a writer there because he's wondering how they got into her room. And
Yep.
he's like, who? And she's like, I can't believe it. Yeah.
It was, I barely believe it myself, was the specific line that made me think Amber. Because I'm like, who would she really not? Because Imogen would be like, yeah, that does
yeah,
make
you know,
sense.
Imogen, the one who...
But I was like, who would she really not think it is? And that's how I got to Amber.
Good job.
And also, why would she not want to tell Xaden? That's why I was thinking Imogen.
Mm-hmm.
But then the fact that she didn't believe it, I was like, well, it couldn't be someone with a marked, because then she would definitely be able to believe it. She'd be like, yeah, well, that makes sense. They'd want me dead.
Yeah.
Anyways, so I figured it out.
That's good. Yeah. He basically says, at some point, you and I are going to have to start trusting each other. And then he says, tell me who. And obviously, she tells him. Yes. We don't see it on this page, though, because we, as the readers, have to be there for the...
Yeah. They don't... I was like, okay, the next chapter, the first line in it is Oren Seinfert. And I was like, well, it couldn't have been him.
He's dead. Yeah, so we turn the page, chapter 20, and those are the first words. But that's just Captain Fitzgibbons reading out the death roll.
Yeah.
But we have the little thing on the top. It says, accusing a wingleader of wrongdoing is the most dangerous of all accusations. If you're right, then we've failed as a quadrant to select the best wingleaders. If you're wrong, you're dead.
Yeah, and I couldn't figure out why this was being mentioned here yet. Even though I guessed it was Amber.
Oh, wow.
It was just a guess.
Because I would have thought this would have been where you would have guessed, like, oh, wingleaders. Why are we accusing a wingleader or something?
No, I thought that this was in reference to the fact that Dain fully accused Xaden like 2 chapters ago. Just saying. I mean, it wasn't in front of everyone or whatever. But so my note on this was, oh, why is Dain still here then?
Why isn't he dead?
Yeah. And I was like, just kidding, I don't want him dead, but...
But that's funny. This is from General Augustine Melgren. So that's Melgren. That's our general who's out running the,
Yes.
The troops.
My Time as a Cadet, a memoir. So this
obviously he thinks very highly of himself.
Yeah,
I mean,
definitely.
I guess I shouldn't say that because that's a rude for all the people who wrote memoirs, but still.
Yeah.
I'm not really saying that, but for him, I'm just saying that he thinks someone's going to want to read about him,
Well, I guess Violet did, if my theory is correct. Also, this is the first time we learned his first name, though, which is Augustine.
Yeah, Augustine.
Yep, yeah. Which does sound like a very pompous name.
It does.
Put it out there.
It sure does. All right, so they read death roll. 6 out of the 8 are the people in her room. The other 2, it's mentioned here. It says the 2 others on today's list are third years from Second Wing, killed on a training operation near the Breivik border.
Yeah, so this is when she thinks, oh, maybe that's what Xaden and them were doing. But it seems like if that's what they were doing, Xaden would have just said that. Xaden would have just been like, I mean, I guess he did just say third year business.
Yeah, I mean, we don't really get to hear what they do in second and third year. We just don't know that stuff, yeah. So obviously she's told people because Rhiannon's still seething. Oh yeah, she says, I told the table what happened. So they know what happened.
I know. I was like, okay, are you going to tell us? You've told the table. You've told Xaden.
Well, I don't think she told them. No, she just told them they tried to kill her. She hasn't told them who the person was.
Well, that's what I thought.
Surprised later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true. They are surprised later.
Because she says that no one in leadership knows. So right now, only her table mates know that she was attacked at night, right?
Yeah.
She thinks here that Xaden didn't say a single word after I told him who unlocked the door, so I have no clue if he believes me or not. So she must have just said Amber, and then he just walked away.
That does sound like Xaden, to be fair.
Yeah. That's funny. And anyway, she kind of makes a joke that she's getting used to being a target.
Yeah.
Poor Violet. But what's keeping her strong,
Yeah, I mean, I feel like her being used to it is just like, she's just getting stronger. Yeah, like you said.
Yes. So Xaden comes walking towards them. She has this moment where she's basically starts lusting after him as he walks up. And I love this line. She's like, even the most effective poisons come in pretty packages, and Xaden's exactly that. As beautiful as he is lethal. And she's like, she mentions that he looks really calm, but she can feel his tension.
Not just that. I can feel his tension as if it's my own. And I just was like, that's a really specific way of putting it.
Yeah.
There's like mind things happening here.
Yeah. Or Bond things happening.
We
just get a lot of admiration of Xaden here. And she finally admits to herself that she wants him.
That she realizes why she hasn't been sleeping with other people everyone else. Like, she suddenly realizes why. She's like, oh, no.
There's only one for me.
Yeah, which is ridiculous.
I like how she's like, there aren't enough curse words in the world for this.
I know. That's a great line.
Oh my goodness. So they lock gazes. And then he just starts talking to Dain in the middle of Fitzgibbon's announcements. Like this poor Fitzgibbon. He's out there announcing and Dain's just talking. So he changes the role. Here is why we've been seeing Liam Mari's name several times, despite the fact that he's not in their squad.
Yes.
You know, like...
Well, I only remember one.
Oh, no.
I only remember one.
Oh, okay.
Which was just him being the fastest to get up the gauntlet.
And he was mentioned like walking out of someone's room when they were talking about all these different people coming out of people's rooms. Yeah. There's at least 3 times it's mentioned. So it's like, it's a little extra because you don't hear full names of other people that aren't going to come in. But yeah. So basically what he does here is he switches Vaughn Penley, who I don't even remember ever hearing that name, with Liam Mari.
We didn't care about him.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, Vaughn is like one that came into their squad from the other squad, and she mentioned that they don't sit with them at lunch and stuff.
That's right.
They're a bunch of racists or whatever.
Yeah, they're definitely something. He calls the switch, and she notices that Liam nods at Xaden and realizes, oh, okay, this is my bodyguard, basically. She says this guy is massive, as tall as Sawyer, and as built as Dain.
Yeah, and then she goes, I do not need a bodyguard. Am I out of line speaking to a wing leader that way? Absolutely. Do I care? Not one bit. Just in front of everyone.
What is he going to do, kill her?
No, but it's really funny.
I know, it's great. Because she does it again. She's like, says that. Yep. He totally ignores her. He's like explaining how Liam is like, the strongest first year and all this stuff, and tells Ados that you can thank me when you win the squad battle in the spring.
Yeah, which I was like, okay, quick note, the what? The who?
The squad battle.
The what?
The squad battle.
Okay, sounds fun. Okay, back to I do not need a bodyguard.
So there she goes again. And this time, one of the first years behind her gasps. And then Imogen snorts and says, good luck with that approach.
So funny.
Which I loved.
I'm like, God, I hate liking Imogen.
Xaden then walks up to her and basically says, you do need one, as we both learned last night. And I can't be everywhere you are. But Liam here, he's a first year, so he can be in every class, at every challenge. And I even had him assigned to library duty, so I hope you get used to him, Sorngale.
Oh, I hope we love Liam. I really do. If he's really going to be around all the time.
And then they're still arguing, and I love it. It's great.
And then she says, he is not sleeping in my room.
Yeah.
And then he goes, of course not. Wouldn't want to overstep.
I know. But then he's like, I just moved him to the room next to you. I mean, like, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Overbearing is definitely, or overstepping, or both.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now this right here, Dain. Okay, so Dain, it's this specific line. He says, okay, fucking mated dragons. So he's blaming his behavior on this, which is fair. And then he says, keeping his eyes forward. So this whole time, even when Xaden was doing all of this, even when he literally said out loud within Dain's earshot, after last night, Dain still doesn't turn around and look at her.
Dain's observation is
like a little baby.
And also he's just weird. The amount of things that he's like, why didn't you tell me? And I'm like, why didn't you know is amazing.
Yeah, it's like you're so obsessed with her and yet you seem to know nothing about her.
He doesn't, yeah. Yes, exactly.
Keep
that.
better tabs if you're so obsessed. You're not even good at being obsessed with her. You're bad at everything.
No, he's not good. So they're like talking. Oh, because Panchek comes up and starts talking. That's like different, he's not around.
Yeah.
So they're like whispering, and then Dane's like quiet, and he turns around, and that's when he notices her ring of bruises around her neck.
Yes,
right?
She has like a handprint bruising around her neck.
Well, yeah, she had 2 hands on her neck.
Yeah.
She says he hasn't spoken since yesterday's fight, so that's the sulking, obviously. And then she's like, I'm fine, turn around. Like, she literally calls him squad leader Ados. She doesn't call him Dain. People are staring. And he's still not. So, again, he does care.
I know. But I love how, like, this makes people stare, but her and Xaden's well, maybe people did stare, but she just didn't care.
She just didn't care.
She just cares.
Well, she's worried about this because she knows Dain is worried about this. I mean, that's how I read it. You know what I mean? He's so worried about how everybody thinks of him. But yet, he is definitely...
Where Xaden doesn't give a shit.
No, not one little shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's still in pushing, and he's like, that's what he meant by last night. And she's like, nods, and he's like, I didn't know. Why didn't you tell me?
Yeah. Fuck off. It's been one day. Look at her. Look at her and notice the bruises around her neck and then ask her.
Yeah.
And also, but her answer is in her own head is just because you wouldn't believe me even if I did. And that's when I was like, yep, it's Amber. That line solidified it for sure. Because like she doesn't believe it, Zayden doesn't believe it, Dain won't believe it. What would connect all of this?
Although the one person who believed it obviously was Zayden. He literally,
well, of course he did because he's the best.
He literally stood up in front of everybody. I mean, this is what's happening, right?
Yeah, but
when he could be killed if he was wrong, right? Yeah.
Without even asking her any other questions, because like we said, she probably just said it was Amber, and then he just probably walked away. Just asked 0 more questions.
Yep.
And what's crazy is I want to be like, yeah, well, Zayden knows she's not one to like make this up. Like she does not have that type of like anything. But then, do you know who should know that even better?
Dain.
So what the
I know.
fuck?
Oh my gosh.
Anyways, we're just gonna have to move past this because I could just talk forever about how much Dain is being so the fucking worst here.
I mean, you probably are having a lot of people loving this. They want to hear your passion about Dain right now. Okay, so the commander or the commandant Panchek, he basically brings up that there's been a breach of the codex. And he says breaches of our most sacred laws are not to be tolerated. And so he asks the accuser to step up. And then they make a little joke here, like, oh, Riddick finally got caught in Tyven Varen's bed. Yeah. And it's this kind of little whole whatever joke. And then she's like, I miss sex. And then isn't this where he says, he's like, I'm happy to oblige, Riddick does. And she's like, I miss good sex. It's really funny. And I'm like, oh, at the same time funny and also nice jab there.
Yeah, they're just being like, it's just like friendly banter though.
Yeah, it is.
Because he
obviously does not mind at all.
Yeah.
Yeah. She says they're not exclusive. He says they're not exclusive. Apparently Tara and Rhiannon are not exclusive. I don't know. There's a lot of free sex going on here.
Yeah, because Rhiannon was sleeping with someone else recently. Sawyer, that's right. I don't know why I forgot who it was.
Anyways, Dain tells him to shut the hell up, which is
because
rude.
Dain's annoying.
I know, after he was already talking. Okay, anyways.
Yep. He is a hypocrite.
Yep. And that's when she sees Zayden walking up. So he's obviously the accuser. She realizes at that point she knows what's happening here. Everybody starts glancing at her because they obviously know something's going on too. And he announces, she mentions here, by the way, that he's got like magnetism. Like he can hold and capture a crowd.
Yep.
And he mentions
like a good
leader. Yeah. That a rider in his wing was brutally illegally attacked in her sleep with the intent of murder by a group primarily composed of unbondeds. As we all know, this is a violation of Article 3, Section 2 of the Dragon Riders Codex. And in addition to being dishonorable, is a capital offense, which is death.
Which is why he then murdered all of them.
Yeah, he just handled it for everybody.
Because Amber was 7.
Yeah. He mentions, of course, that he personally executed 6 of them. And mentions the witnesses being Flame Section Leader Garrick Tavis, Tail Section Executive Officer Bodhi Duran.
I know, and that's my old last name.
Yeah, your maiden name.
Yes, that's what it's called.
Without the extra R.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I was like, hey. Yeah, and then Nadine, this bitch, I don't even know her, and she sucks. Like, both tears. People, from that
basically
continent.
Saying, how convenient.
Yeah, God.
Anyways, whatever. He mentions that it was orchestrated by the writer who fled, a writer who had access to the map where all the first years are assigned, and that writer must be brought to justice. I call you to answer for your crimes against Cadet Sorengale. Wing Leader Amber Mavis. Dun, dun, dun.
And I was like, oh my God, I called it. Oh my God, it's about to get so crazy. Because,
Yeah. Dane's reaction is great.
Oh, God.
I mean, he says, what the hell? And she literally says, my chest tightens. Gods, I hate it when Dain proves me right.
Yeah.
Because that's just like,
she
it's a
knew
stab.
It was going to happen and still hates it.
That's hard. Having a friend like that all your life, that's hard. Anyways, so Dain is like, Amber would never, a wing leader would never get up there and tell everyone he's lying. And she's like trying to she's trying to be gentle. She's like, but he's not. He says, it's impossible. There. And she's like, I was there, Dain. Like, what does he think? What is it? By saying this, he's literally calling her and Zayden liars.
Yep.
Anyways, and then Amber steps forward.
Beyond reproach. Shut the fuck up. Oh my God.
He really has this set very strongly.
And
Although,
then,
again...
then why are you so quick to call our own wing leader a liar?
You're right.
He's a hypocrite.
It's a hypocrite,
He's
for
just
sure.
a hypocrite.
Sometimes I try to find reasons for him. I am one of those people who do not hate Dain like everybody else does. But I can hate him right now.
Yeah.
I can do that.
He's being the worst.
Yeah. Anyway, so Amber steps up, says, I have committed no such crime. And then Dane's like, see? And I'm like, what, you thought
That's
she
just
was
words against words.
What did you think, that she was just going to be like, yeah, I did it?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. He goes towards her at this point with his hands out, ready to cup her face, and says, let me see. And that shock, this like tears her apart. She is shocked that he can see. First, she forgot that he could see memories, but that he would just put his hands on her and just take her memory, you know?
Yeah.
Obviously.
And she also realizes that this would be very bad.
Right, because everything she's just been keeping secret just right now is right there in that incident, basically.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then this line is like maybe my favorite line at the moment, which is touch me without permission and you'll spend the rest of your life regretting it. And I was like, thank you.
Yep.
Oh.
I mean,
God.
consent's a thing, everybody.
Yeah, but also, like, I mean, yeah, this is so fucked up. Like, this is the equivalent to me in the real world is like when you go to a guy and you're like, not a guy, sorry, when you go to like your husband or someone you've been exclusive with for a long time and they're like, I'm pregnant, and they're like, I'm gonna need a maternity test. And it's like, wow.
A paternity test.
That's what I meant. Yeah. And it's just like, you're accusing me of so much in that one sentence. That's what this is like. It's like, show me the memory. It's like, you are really saying that I am like fully lying and you need hard evidence.
Yeah, that you
really think I'm lying.
I would accuse someone, a wing leader,
to the death.
To the death.
Yeah.
That's what you think.
Based on, because of
For
what?
why? For why?
Because have I ever even shown I don't like her?
Because she
she
got mad at me
accused
at
me of
the
cheating?
gauntlet. Yeah, so now I'm gonna do this. Yeah, it's totally.
Yeah, because that's totally who Violet is as a person. What the like?
Yeah, now you're starting to get me on the other side of the stain thing here. I never really broke it down so exactly. Oh no. Okay. Anyways, she says her things. Dain is a little surprised by that, which is surprising that he's surprised. And then Xaden says, "Wing leaders, we need a quorum." So these other wing leaders, which I've never heard of before, Nira and Septon.
Clearly not important.
Not important. We never heard. I don't know if we ever hear from them again. So that's the point where these dragons come.
Show up.
Yeah, and it's basically the dragons to each of the wing leaders.
Plus Taryn.
Oh,
and Commandant Panchek's dragon.
Oh, and that one too.
Yeah. Again, Dain, you can stop all this right now, Violet. You have to.
I know.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It's kind of neat that Sawyer like breaks formation, stands by her side, and Riddick comes up behind her, and they're protecting.
It's like, at least she has great friends. You know, I love them all so much.
I know.
I
know, and you're
Someone's
only
gonna die.
halfway through the first book, and we love them already.
I know. This was such a sweet move of them, like for sure. Like this was very cute.
Yeah, it does. It shows a nice solidarity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, like, Amber's dragon must know, right? Like, Amber's dragon knows.
Has to know. Has to, right? We've already learned that they know everything, so you can't keep anything from your dragon.
Yeah, I know that Violet, like, later feels bad that, like,
well, that's
for
Violet.
the dragon. I know, but it's like, I mean, not that the dragons have, like, control over the human like they're a puppet, but, like, the dragon could have been like, hey, this is fucking dumb. Have you met her dragon? Have you met Xaden's dragon?
For sure.
Can you, like,
but if she succeeded, no one would have known.
Yeah, but that
she didn't.
Like a terrible risk.
I know. Anyways, Amber decides to shout that this is revenge against her family because they didn't they weren't considered a traitor or whatever, you know.
Yeah, because Amber's
which is just
also
dumb.
from the same or the same province.
Yeah, Tyrandar. So she's also Tyr, which I think is what they call for short.
Makes sense.
It's TYR.
But this is exactly what Violet says. That's a low fucking blow.
Yeah.
Like, she's just trying anything.
And Xaden doesn't even acknowledge it because he's just too badass for that.
Yeah.
And he doesn't demand proof. He's nothing. He's just like, he knows this is true.
Yep.
But this is where Violet has a great idea and asks Taryn if he can share memories. And he said, yeah, it's never been shared outside of a mating bond. It's considered a violation. And she's like, yeah, well, basically Xaden's fighting because he's believing in me. So let's help him, you know?
I know. But again, this is just another sign of like, I mean, I haven't read past this. So maybe he does get punished for doing this. But it kind of seems like he puts up very little resistance in doing this.
Who, Taryn?
Yeah, it's like, oh, this is a violation. And
Oh,
again,
well, here we go.
I don't know what's going to happen
Yeah.
next. But if I had to guess, I'd say 0 repercussions.
I mean, come on. What are rules to dragons anyways?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, anyways.
So basically this memory is sent out just what they needed to see, right?
Yes, just like
to
the
everyone.
moment, the second of her spotting Amber running away.
Yeah.
Also, I'm sorry, Amber, but you are fucking dumb. What kind of person unlocks the door and then waits for them to attack before you leave?
Yeah,
Unlock
she could have
the door
unlocked and slipped just on the side.
And then leave.
Yeah, because doors normally open to the outside. She could have, yeah.
This just proves that she deserves this death because she probably wanted to see her die. And when the sword came down and clanked off her dragon skull armor instead of slicing her in half, that's when Amber left because that woke her up and then she saw her. She wanted to see Violet die like a sadistic little bitch.
Wow.
Yeah. Probably she's jealous because she had a thing with Dain, just saying. I don't know. We won't know because she's dead.
We don't know. We do not know.
But it seems so unnecessary for her to have been there past unlocking the door if she actually had any brains. So.
Yeah. Well, once the memory comes out, she can't say it didn't happen anymore. I mean, Dain can't say it. I mean, Violet here is like, believe me now. You're supposed to be my oldest friend, Dain. My best friend. There's a reason I didn't tell you.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh. He's getting a little awakening here, but I don't know what much good it does for him.
Probably nothing because he's a hypocrite. So.
Yeah.
And then she gives her reason, which, fuck you. It's no crime to rid the quadrant of the weakest rider. Is she the weakest rider? I'm sorry. Did you not see everything that's happened so far?
Right.
God. Anyways, I did
know.
protect the integrity of the wings. You're not even in her wing. Go away.
Who cares? Yeah, I know. This whole thing about getting rid of your weakest rider to me is so dumb. The academy is made to already do that. You don't need to help it along.
You really don't.
Yeah. Just
really
let it go. I don't know, but whatever. If that's not how we do things.
Uh-huh.
Her dragon here, I had to look it up, is apparently pronounced actually Cly. So that D and the H are not there. So
sure.
Yeah. So her dragon Cly is sad. And this is sad. It is sad. Yeah. Despite it all, it is sad. And Violet feels it and I feel it. Because obviously Taryn is going to burn her. Mm-hmm. And Violet literally starts to beg for her life here. And I'm just like, oh,
out
God,
loud
girl.
And in her head to Taryn.
I know.
But then this line of Taryn's, I let someone live once and he almost killed you last night. Silver one.
Yeah.
Taryn says, then as if this is all that really matters in the end, justice is not always merciful. But I'm like, it kind of is all that really matters.
Yeah.
I don't know. I agree with Taryn.
Yeah, for sure. This is the rule. This is the rule. You do it if you violate, unlike the dragons and all their laws. But in the
human world, we have consequences to our actions.
Otherwise, if you violate all the time, no one's gonna ever believe them. You know.
Exactly.
So, anyways, she dies.
Yep.
I don't need to go into any more of that. And the dragon's sad, and that's it.
Yep.
It ends there.
And I have not read any further than that, which is crazy.
I know.
I remembered when I mentioned that that maybe Taryn and Andarna were bonded. That was like one of my theories, like before that chat, like when I was trying to figure out why did he come.
Oh, right.
And then I remember your reaction was like, what? With that little one? And now I'm like, yeah, that makes a lot more sense because she's like a child. But of course I didn't know she was a child.
I know, and I couldn't say anything, and I was just like, oh my gosh.
Yeah. Anyways, so now that I know in this chapter, I was like, oh my God, of course that's like the craziest thing ever because, yeah, she's like a little baby, and that's crazy. But I didn't know that, so I thought it was valid. It's
going to be a little bit of a longer episode, but we really needed to get through those 2 chapters because Brianna was determined to read the next 2.
Yeah, I think we might just have slightly longer episodes, potentially.
We'll just see, depending on, like, that one was a very big episode. There was so much given, so we'll just have to see episode by episode. But if we have to go a little longer, we will, I guess.
Yeah.
Please follow us on Instagram and Threads. We are at First Swing Pod.
Yes, and you can rate and review our podcast pretty much wherever you're listening to us. And if you leave us a review on Apple Podcasts, which the majority of listeners are on Apple Podcast, we can read your review on the podcast.
Well, thank you for listening.
Yes, and next episode, we will hopefully be covering both chapters 21 and 22.
Yes. Join us next time, writers.
Bye.
Bye.